was true. The most bizarre and brutal series of crimes in America.
And best films of the 70s is the topic we'll be exploring this time on Sneak Previews Take 2.
And at some point during the decade, I realized that what makes a movie great is not its message or its philosophy, but its immediate human experience and the texture of that experience.
Stop! This is the movie that is just as real, just as close, just as terrifying as being there.
What a good movie can do, better than any other art form, I think, is create and reflect emotion. And we remain aware that we're sitting there in the theater, we're watching a movie. We grow so absorbed in the experience of a movie that we literally forget ourselves. It's sort of an out-of-the-body experience. We seem to be actually sharing the identities and experiences of the characters in the movie. And in other words, the movie seems to be happening to us. We're not watching it, we're living it. And that strong, vivid, emotional experience is what a lot of my favorite movies of the past decade have in common.
The Texas Chainsaw Massacre. After you stop screaming, you'll start talking about it.
So what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the JEFFMAN316 Pop Culture Reporter channel. I'm your host, as always, JEFFMAN316, and hopefully everything's working. For some reason, I got a black screen when I tried to connect during the video, and also my audio went out. So I think it was just StreamYard having trouble. But as I've told you guys in the past, I'm getting ready to research alternatives to StreamYard. I've had trouble multiple times in the last couple weeks. Who we got here? Bread of the Living Dead. Appreciate you stopping by. Hopefully everything's working. Let me get the banner going. Everybody knows that we're watching the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, the 1974 Tobe Hooper classic. If you're right when you come in the door, make sure you hit the like button and comment throughout the video or the stream, as we go. Hopefully everything will stay functional. So sorry I missed last week. I had a lot of stuff going on personally at work, and also the last couple weeks, the weekends, I haven't felt the best. I think it might be this heat. It's close to 100 degrees here. I got to go back to work tomorrow, and I'm looking forward to it. Afraid there's going to be a shit show in my dish room. How many days you been off, Brother Doug? I'm going to go ahead and get this bad boy started. So let me look up and give you the synopsis. Everybody knows this damn movie. If you don't, where you been? You've been under a rock for the last 40 years. The Texas Chainsaw Massacre is from 1974. It's rated R, 1 hour and 23 minutes. The synopsis goes: 5 friends head out to rural Texas to visit the grave of their grandfather. On the way, they stumble across what appears to be a deserted house, only to discover something sinister within, something armed with a chainsaw. And that's a pretty simplistic description. It's really, they went to visit their grandfather's grave because a bunch of stuff had been ritualistically desecrated. 5 teenagers drive past a slaughterhouse, pick up a sinister hitchhiker, eat some delicious home-cured meat along at a roadside gas station before ending up at the old family home, where they're plunged into a never-ending nightmare as they meet a family of cannibals who more than makeup and power tools what they lack in social skills. I thought that was funny. Oh, look at there. There's the movie star himself. I'm not the handsome one. You are. Cody Tudor. He was also headliner on his local newspaper. I saw doing 7-Eleven had their free Slurpee day. I saw him on there. And then we were just talking about, if you haven't watched my video that I just posted, I did an MVD shop haul. I forgot to tell you guys about it in a post. I got the box in the mail yesterday, opened it up, got some 99-cent titles, some $1.99 Blu-rays, some really cheesy B-movie stuff. I got some wrestling DVDs. I think Cody just placed an order, And then I've got another one on the way that's got some titles that I'll unbox later. It ends tomorrow, so watch out for it. He says, "Oh, stop it, keep it going." I will. Doug says, "Well, technically 6 because the day after the 4th and the 4th, which would be 7." Yeah, I took off that whole week, but I've been back at work, man. So I was off the whole week of the 4th, so I went back to work on Monday. I went to the movie today. Went to see Long Legs. It was good. And ever since I got back, my stomach's bothered me. So instead of drinking rum tonight, I'm gonna make a little drink that's got some Dr. Pepper in it. I figured Dr. Pepper would settle my stomach like Coke. I uploaded my unboxing videos on TikTok. So you're going the TikTok route. I'm gonna be making me some drinks using Dr. Pepper. And if you guys ever drink any of this, rum chata. This is the coconut cream version, and I'm just gonna drink a little bit. I don't want to go overboard tonight because of my stomach problem. Nicolas Cage is the GOAT. Uh, I'm glad. I almost thought when I came out of the theater that I wanted more Nick Cage. I'll do a review and let you know. But I think it's just the right amount in there, because if it was too much, um, I think it might have oversaturated him in the movie and not made him as unique. So I think it was a perfect amount of Nick Cage in that. Yeah, I know how. Until I upgraded my internet speed last year, it took forever to do some of my videos. That's why I never did anything in 4K back in the day. I just uploaded one tonight that was 8 gigs, and I think it took 25 minutes. So I've got a faster connection now. So I'm watching this on Tubi. I'm not getting my 4K out to play it. I've actually got my 4K of this. So I've got the Steelbook and this regular release. I couldn't pass up that artwork there. See if I can get a good shot of that. Look at that shit there. That eyeball with the image of Leatherface right there in the middle with that tear. That's fucking awesome. I love it. And then it's got the classics, case artwork inside. As we said, the carpet did not match the drapes in that instance. So I'm just going to watch it on Tubi with the rest of you guys. So that way we're timed out right. So this movie's kind of grimy and gritty anyway. And I don't have my 4K TV in here, so I would not get the benefits of that anyway. So let's go on Roku, and I'm pretty sure I got mine ready to rock and roll. I got a Vortox, Hinkle, and Hooper production title card on there. Did you know that the writer-director of Long Legs is Anthony Perkins' son? Yes, I did. Oz Perkins. He looks pretty similar to him, too, if you watch him in some of the interviews. He's got a lot of good, facial features and mannerisms of his dad. I'll watch on the disc. That's fine. If I was in my living room, that's what I would be doing as well. So I'm getting ready to fire this up. Let me go through the cast listing for anybody that, like I said, that's been living under a rock. You got Marilyn Burns, who basically is the GOAT in this as far as her reactions. Edwin Neal plays the hitchhiker. You obviously got Gunnar Hansen playing Leatherface. Alan Danziger plays Jerry. Paul A. Partain plays Franklin. I can't fucking stand Franklin in this movie. Jim Sideow plays the old man, and he reprised his role in the second one. John Dugan plays grandfather, and that's the only cast I'm going through. That's about only people that matter. I definitely got a Silence of the Lambs vibe, and the female FBI agent was amazing. Yeah, I would say the Silence of the Lamb vibes came from her mainly, but her character is totally different than Jodie Foster. She didn't have a whole lot of confidence in this at all. It's almost like she took the job to gain confidence. But did you catch? I'm not going to mention it. Yeah, I got the Steelbook too, Doug. I'm not going to mention it in this. I'll do it in my review. But Cody, did you catch basically how the cinematography was done throughout this whole movie to kind of make it unnerving and just make it seem like everything was like right there in front of your face? But either way, so we're going to get into the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. I've got it queued up, so we're getting ready to rock and roll this bad boy, because one of the things that that I don't 100% like about this original is man, there's some chunks in this movie that are very slow paced. So it's almost like you have to appreciate the atmosphere and the weird ass music they use, and then the production value of it, and appreciate the iconic scenes, that are sprinkled throughout this. But there's some chunks, man, of this 100 hour and 23-minute movie that are boring. It made my heart happy that it was number 2 this weekend at the box office. Yeah, at one point it was number 1, and it's got Neon's biggest opening weekend ever, so that's good. So I'm gonna go ahead and fire up in 5 seconds the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. So what do we wait for? Let's go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Make sure I got my earbuds right. I gotta wait. There you go. That's John Larroquette doing the crawl there. If you're not aware, he played Dan Fielding on the original Night Court TV show, not that bullshit reboot Night Court. Sally Hardesty and her invalid brother Franklin. Does anybody hate fucking Franklin as much as I do? I can't stand that guy. He's got a great voice for this. One of the most bizarre crimes in the annals of American history, the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Is it annals or anals? In the annals of American history? Well, I'm watching the wrong movie. No, I'm just kidding. That would be a David Sterling production. August 18th, 1973. The annals of American history. I got this Rocky shirt at Walmart. I like that they brought a version of him in Camp Blood 7. Yeah, Camp Blood. We need to talk more about those. I still say you and I need to do some videos where we talk about some of those things. Have you heard anything from David Sterling today? It's been a while since I mixed one of these. Should I put the Dr. Pepper in there and let the foam go down first before I put the rum chata in there? I think so. And that iconic, bulb from the old style cameras going off there. That sound effects, man, everybody steals that thing. Use it in everything. It's got some pretty iconic, images here of that that body that got pulled out of the ground, the way they posed it. All right, here we go. I'm diving into some Dr. Pepper and rum here. Have you guys ever tried one of these? It's really good. I don't have anything to stir it with. Only parts of a corpse have been removed. It's pretty weird the way they got that thing posed. Did I see Long Legs yet? Yeah, we were just talking about that. I saw Long Legs today. If you look, I got my out of theater reaction posted, and I'm going to do a review of it this week. I'll just say it was good. I won't go into a lot of detail. I'm got a Dr. Pepper and rum chata here. I'm trying. Holy shit, that's good. Yummy. Oh, Marilyn Burns. What else did Marilyn Burns do after this? I don't remember anybody else watching a movie going, you remember that Marilyn Burns? She was great. Other than this. They really fucked her up in this movie. Obviously, I know but she's in the background as a patient in Texas Chainsaw Massacre: The New Beginning, and she's got that one scene in the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, the 3D. But what else was she in? She was in Butcher Boys, played a character called Ruth. Future Kill. She was in Eaten Alive. I've seen that. I think I own that. Got the Blu-ray of that, but not a lot. Produced and directed by Tobe Hooper. We're watching the 1974, the original classic. Before I answer this for myself, everybody that's in the chat, put a comment. Do you like the 1974 better, or are you somebody who likes the remake? Is it blasphemous to say that the remake is better than the original? That armadillo there, I use that on a bunch of the covers of some of the older cuts of this thing. I'm a 2003 guy myself. You know, I told somebody that one time. I don't know. I think it was a stream. I think it was on social media, and I told them, or I can't remember. I did a remake video where I was talking about the best remakes, because I was going to tell you in that video, Evil Dead, the new one, 2013, got my vote as the best remake / reboot. As Franklin goes to take a piss in his can. But in that, I even made a comment that some days when I watch the 2003 Texas Chainsaw Massacre, I think it's a lot of it is better. The Leatherface in that is like pretty fucking menacing, man. He's big and runs, and then like it doesn't act as fucking stupid as Gunnar Hansen's version. That truck must have been rocking and rolling if it knocked him down that bank. I know it's not supposed to be funny, but I laugh every fucking time when he goes rolling down that hill. I'm running down that hill. I'm supposed to be running up that hill. I don't guess he's running anywhere. The characters in this are fucking stupid too, man. Most of them are ignorant acting. No, like they got no common sense. Remake is great. I also really like the Netflix movie. You know, I kind of made fun of the Netflix movie when I first saw it. And then I think in my review I said it wasn't as bad as I thought. I've watched it at least probably once or twice in the last 6 months or so. It is actually pretty. It's other than I don't like the characters, and you're almost rooting for them to die in it, which is probably not what they wanted. But I actually kind of like the movie. I like his drunk guys, like just basically laying on the ground. She must not have a lot of cash. No, oh, none of these kids do. They can't afford to buy such luxuries as bras and stuff like that. Was that Jimmy Dean? Did he just make a special appearance in this movie? Here comes Franklin. That's me after a hard day at work, laying on the ground. I see things. What does he see? It's them that laughs and knows better. So their grandfather wasn't dug up. They couldn't have just called somebody. Your ass better call somebody. It's that old slaughterhouse. They bash him in the head with a big sledgehammer. Sorry, I was about to drip something in the floor. I wanted to make sure I caught it. What was the Oh, I know what it was. I'll spoil like one thing in Long Legs. I won't give any context around what I'm getting ready to say, but that way you'll know. There's a scene in it where um those cows reminded me where this dude is outside on his farm, and when the next thing they show, he's pulling this cow head up, and you don't know he's already cut it off, and he's literally holding it and like walking towards the screen. It was fucking freaky, man. I was like, "Oh my god, he cut that cow's head off." Pick him up. Good thing this isn't 2024. Yes, we're watching the 1974 version. It's in the crawl here, right there. Picking up the old hitchhiker. How you doing, Optimus Prime? They just picked up Dracula. Why would you like Dracula? Hey, Cody, did you go see Long Legs in the theater? Which trailers did they play before? Did they show Nosferatu? They showed it before mine. There was only like 10 people in the theater today. That's why I went early in the day. You prefer the remake? So we're probably in the minority, but I think even though this is iconic and there's got a lot of great scenes in it, I think the overall production in Leatherface is better in the remake. Is this really blood from the slaughterhouse on his face? Who would want to see that? Head cheese. Anybody in here ever had head cheese? That's nasty. Who would eat head cheese? Nasty. He did such a great job of describing how the great ingredients. It's got to be good, right? Yeah, I wish he stopped talking about it too. I'm trying to eat some popcorn over here. What kind of bullshit music is this they're listening to? He took his knife away from him. That knife doesn't even look sharp. That knife is about as dull as a David Sterling live stream. They be kicking that fucking guy out now. Franklin looking at it like he's mesmerized. Why would he take his if he had that one? Now that knife might be sharp. That's a razor. He's like, put that shit up, bro. You know, this is 70s. My man there got, you don't know where his hair ends and where his sideburns are begin. I don't even think the camera my parents had were as bad as this thing. I was setting up my fruit fly traps. Hopefully it'll work. So far, nothing. How many fruit flies you got? Doug got to meet the Fonz this week at that car show. That was pretty cool. I saw your photo. I heard he's a nice guy. Now, I'm sorry, man. I don't know if I really want any of that head cheese. You did such a good job of selling it. If we could say the word, I would say that this guy's acting retarded. Oh, wait a minute. Did I say it? $2. These have different liquid in it. So, what do you have? A fruit fly problem? We got damn, what do you call Japanese beetles flying all around here? Does anybody have those? I can't stand the music in this scene. It gets on my nerves. And I got it in my ear. Damn Apple making all the music and shit sound good. I already got popcorn in my fucking teeth. This is twice I've had popcorn today. When I saw long legs, I got a small thing of popcorn. This thing turned into all foam. Where's the booze at? If he sliced his arm with that damn razor blade, that cut would be so deep. Maybe he's long legs. That was the origin story of long legs. Happy birthday, little girl. This came with 2 liquids, but usually it comes with 1. And the liquid is stronger, like you can smell it. Couldn't smell it when I squirted it in. That's what she said. I don't even know if I got that bumper on my computer here. Yeah, I did. Doug said that's what it smelled like when you squirted it in.
That's what. If you say that's what she said one more time, I'm gonna pop you.
You have to let me know what you think of it. It's worth seeing in a theater. Well, I forgot before going to see it what time what time period it was set in. Any ideas what the mystery is? Yeah, the nostalgic and just the old. Yeah, it's got a lot of atmosphere to it, but there's definitely some scenes in it that are dragged out a little bit too long. And I keep saying it's only an hour and 23 minutes, and it makes me feel that way. I want to go back and listen to what commentary tracks are on this. Oops, sorry. The first disc of the 4K does have a commentary with Tobe Hooper, Gunnar Hansen, and the cinematographer Marilyn Burns. It's got quite a few people. I might have to listen to that again. I think I will listen to it one time before. I'm getting an ad for The Fall Guy, which was a good movie, but it should have been so much better. Jimmy Dean Ware. When that guy was sitting on the back of that pickup truck talking to her, he looked and sounded like Jimmy Dean. I already got damn popcorn in my teeth, so you guys are gonna have to see me pick my teeth. I apologize. Or if it hurts, it's rubbing on my gum. There, I got it. It'll probably be the Fabulous Four. That guy's like washing the window with soapy water and doesn't have anything to rinse it off with. You don't want to go messing around up there. Lifelong friends travel to Key West, Florida to be bridesmaids in the wedding of their college girlfriend, rekindling their sisterhood amid drinks and romance. Yeah, but isn't it like fucking Bette Midler? She ain't too fabulous, dude. I don't want to see any Bette Midler or anything. I can't stand Bette Midler. Is that the one I'm thinking about? Those four old farts? That big ass leather pocketbook she got. And that's Veronica Vaughn's now a nice piece of ace. That's what that reminded me of. She can wear the hell out of them shorts. Look at the fucking thing, dude. Did you see the back of it? Like the flooring and shit's peeled up in it. What is he tearing up? What about the blood that should be pouring out of his arm? I haven't liked her since Hocus Pocus, but yet I don't remember anything else she was in besides Hocus Pocus. She was in quite a few back in the day. I kind of liked her in the '80s and like Risky. What was it? Not Risky Business. What was that movie she was in with Danny DeVito? I can't think of the name of it now. I'm gonna look up Bette Midler. I can't believe I'm Beaches. Yeah, Ruthless People. That's not bad. Ruthless People isn't bad. I can't believe that doesn't have a Blu-ray release. I just never really liked her for some reason. I don't know why. I'll tell you the string of movies that I remember her in the most was when I was renting videos. Down and Out in Beverly Hills, which has got Nick Nolte, Richard Dreyfuss, and Bette Midler in it. That was pretty good. Ruthless People is good. That came out right after that. Then she did Hocus Pocus, First Wives Club. Back in the day, well, I mean, look, I'm trying to think. Big Business with Bette Midler and Lily Tomlin. And then, of course, Beaches. If Bette Midler was in one of those like things where you had to pick, you have to choose an actress where you lose all her movies. I would choose either her or Melissa McCarthy. I can't stand either one of them. There's the old house. You talking about Bette Midler? Blah. Yeah, it was because Doug was talking about he's going to see that mystery movie, and it could be the Fabulous Four. And I was telling him I saw the trailer, and I thought that was that movie that had Bette Midler in it. I don't like her at all. Oh my God! Speaking of that, did anybody see that they are remaking Time Bandits? And did you see the shitty trailer for it that they dropped? I think it's going to be on Apple TV Plus or whatever that is. Marcus Oro. If Marilyn Burns runs into the back of anybody with them titties, she's gonna like cut their shirt open. I almost had a a friend from high school, but wasn't feeling it. I feel bad for leading her on. She even shaved for me, but her blank was like a cow. What? What? Why are you putting that in the chat? We don't need any of that. What? Did somebody hack Doug's account? I'm deleting that. We don't need that. Sharing is caring. Too much sharing's not. Man, I was in a buck of like a fucking nest of daddy long legs. Speaking of long legs, it's no holes barred. How old is that fucking house? Like, nobody's lived in there for how long? If you had to make a list of annoying characters in movies, fucking Franklin would be at the top of the list. What do you have in his mouth anyway? Why would he even try? Who's making all that noise? What are they doing? I never understood that. Like, why they're in the house, but what are they supposed to be doing there? Did they just want to see it because they were there seeing the grave? That guy at the gas station is a pretty good actor. The old man, I forget his name. What's his name? Edwin? No, I forget his name too. I read it at the beginning. Jim Saito. Oh yeah, the guy I just said, Edwin Neal, is the hitchhiker. You going back and retreading back through all your old high school flames, Doug? Kill this fucking guy now. He's like the characters in the new Texas Chainsaw Massacre, the Netflix one, where you're like, can everybody in this movie just hurry up and die other than the one girl that experienced that school shooting? You know, when you're out in the country, when they, instead of a pond or a creek, it's a swimming hole. We're going down to the creek to swim in this, get in the swimming hole. What's he supposed to be doing for an hour or so? What is it? Chicken bones? You're still at the gas station scene. They're just leaving. Well, we're in the house, and Sally is upstairs in her old room, and Franklin is yelling at Sally, and then the other two are walking through the backyard, going down to the swimming hole. We almost dated, but she hugged one of our friends who stunk, and then she stunk the rest of the night. So I turned her down. Plus, she sort of cheated on my ex best friend at the time. What, cheated on your ex best friend with you? Is that what you're trying to say? You had 8 ads in a row. The most I had 4, I think, when it went to. This ain't much of a swimming hole. It's dried up. Franklin never was little. Well, I remember the first couple times I watched this when I was younger. I was like, "Is that chick gonna get naked?" I just thought that back then, every horror movie, like at least one of the women was supposed to get naked in it, because every one that I'd watched up until that point did. Some of these watches and shit hanging off the tree. Run, Forrest, run. So I guess they got generators so they can stay off the grid. They don't want to have to sign up at the power company. They're pretty smart to cover up all them fucking cars. Know a different guy, but that was a couple years before I took her to the prom. She isn't much of a texter, so at this point, you might as well just ask her. Got something on my arm. Damn, man, that generator making a lot of noise. So they got it rigged up basically with just a constant stream of gas going in it. All right, I got ads coming up in 5 seconds. Let's see how many I get. Star Wars Collecting Hobby said he had 8 ads. I got 6. My first one is Fall Guy again. Then I got Febreze. Doug, you needed to spray some of that on your girlfriend who hugged that person who stunk. How much of a hug do you give somebody that you can transfer their stink? That sounds, I don't know, man. It just sounds weird. Well, unless it was like piss or shit. That stuff will get on you and you can't get off. Just got done dating a guy a month ago. You know she wants to meet the great Dougie Fresh. Oh my God. Now plants can be meat. Plants will never fucking be meat. You can make them, you can pretend like it's meat, but it'll never be meat. Come on now. You had 2 ads before the movie, then 2 ads the second time, and 8 the third time. I didn't pay attention to what ads I had in front because I played those while I was in the other room before I went live on the stream. I think I'm on my last one now. Damn, I got some. I got one where they're speaking Spanish. What kind of horse shit is this? I don't speak Spanish. Home warranty. It depends. How many times have you texted her since the last time she responded? We got to give Doug some advice about his sex life. Here's where the pretty iconic scenes start. 2 of yours are Spanish too? That's weird. Huh. Hola, ¿cómo está? Oh, Lord, that's all you need, Doug, is kids. Oh, look, there's when they finds that tooth. You can get that Walmart discount, though. He's like, hello, I'm selling extra chest hair here. Can I come in? I've got a lot of extra. Hola. Who's making the pig noises? Is that supposed to be Leatherface? Smack. This is obviously the first iconic scene you get to. Slam that door shut. Get that bitch, Leatherface. Get that bitch. Is this the girl? Did she do anything? Here's the other iconic scene. You see her with her super cut off jean shorts. No back on that shirt, no bra. Anybody know what her name is? Terry McMinn. Her character's name is Pam. She was in the Butcher Boys. So what do they do? The Butcher Boys is like Texas Chainsaw Massacre light. She was in The Cellar. Dude, she wasn't in hardly anything. She wasn't in anything until 2009 after this. Holy shit, this Butcher Boys, I might have to see about getting. How many times have you messaged her with no response? She's kind of cute, this girl in this movie. Lots of chicken bones. As soon as you saw them fucking human bones, you'd be running your ass off. It was a live chicken in there, right? That's what we're hearing. Is it in the room with her? I forget. A turtle shell. There's the chicken right there. So this kind of feels cheesy now. Like after all these years of seeing it, it's not. It's not scary. It's not even really creepy after all these years. That industrial type music in the background is kind of creepy. I also will tell you guys about this movie after I saw it the first time, and you're trying to describe it to somebody. It's almost like it was built up in your mind so bad that you actually thought you saw more than you did, because when you go back and watch it, you don't see him kill anybody with the chainsaw. I like this scene right here. He just muscles her, picks her up. This is when she gets the hook to the back. The thoughts of that used to creep me out. If he got her in the spine, man, she'd be like paralyzed. Here's the chainsaw cranking up for the first time. And if he's gonna cut this dude up, how come we don't see any blood splatter? Like, where's the blood splatter? He just walking around like looking at him. Is he sawing anything for real? I always thought that was cheesy. Even the first time I saw it, I was like, "Where's the blood splatter?" Now that dude right there's got a classic '70s shirt on. I want one of those. If he told him where he lived, he obviously would have had to tell him his zip code. Franklin lost his knife. My head's sweating in this hat. She's like, "I'll look for it, Franklin, you bitch." She's like, "Who the hell wants to stay with Franklin?" Arturo says, "Hello, everyone. Jep, I'm late, still working." No problem. I do appreciate you stopping by. Throw a like up on the stream, please. Uh, it's hard. They're two like really different movies. If you want a slasher that's got a decent pace, a kick-ass soundtrack, go with Maxine. If you're in the mood for kind of a slow burn, true crime detective type story, go for Long Legs. So I think most people would probably pick Maxine over Long Legs. I got you. You don't have to fix it. I know you better. I don't know is you know what I mean from my comment. What? Two or three, so I wait in between till she responds. I don't know. It's like frankly, and Sally right now where she's doing the talking. Yeah, Sally, you talking about in the movie? Sally's talking to Franklin right now in my movie. I don't know, like Gigi, if she doesn't show up halftime, it's because she's working. Remember? And you talk about your fucking sex stuff and probably run Bizarro off. How's this guy die? I don't remember. I'm doing the talking, and he kept asking the questions. You mean he or she? Who are you talking about? Well, I'm looking for Mr. Carter. Welcome back, Carter. This guy right here is my hero. I like him. What's making that noise in there? Is Leatherface always the one making those weird noises? What noise was that? Was he farting? Give me that. Hey, put that in the sink and rinse that out. I need some air on my bald head. I was relating to how Franklin was asking the question to Sally. She was getting annoyed because she wasn't responding. So I was giving you an example. Oh, okay, I got you. Whack! He hit him with a sledge. I wish damn Walmart would sell a Leatherface figure instead of the crap that they recently put on their shelves, the bloody disgusting stuff. Yeah, those they didn't put any real good NECA figures in there. I got my bloody disgusting hunt that I'm getting ready to post, where I found at least a couple cool things that are different from the other Walmart. But yeah, I get your point. Do you have the NECA Leatherface figure? That's pretty damn good. I think I was a teenager the first time I saw this, probably 13. All right, this came out in 74, and I was renting movies around 86, 87. So yeah, I was probably 15, 16 when I saw this for the first time. And I remember hearing a lot of chatter about it ahead of that. And then when I saw it, I was a little bit disappointed because there's not a lot of Texas Chainsaw Massacre and in this thing. Everybody joked and said, like the Netflix when they were on the bus, that's the only official massacre that's in a Texas Chainsaw Massacre movie. Yeah, so most people saw it when they were in their early teens, probably. Leatherface there, like I said, I like the Leatherface in the remake. You got this one looking like a buffoon here. I always thought that I didn't like that version of Leatherface there, where he's looking all confused and stupid. The second made me jump when he busted through the wall. Yeah, I think most people just don't like the level of humor that's in the second one. I remember when I saw the second one for the first time, I thought it was seemed a little off. I was like, why is the tone so much different? Cool shot of the moon. I remember the second time I saw this, my friend's birthday party, he was trying to say it was real because of the introduction. Yeah, I mean, back then everybody made such a big deal because it was supposedly based on Ed Gein. I got more creeped out the first time I remember watching Nightmare on Elm Street on VHS late at night. We were in my friend's living room. It was about 4 or 5 of us laying out on the floor in the dark, watching it on his television, a VHS. This gets too loud with a chainsaw. Yeah, you have to cut it down a little bit. How long have they been fucking waiting up there? Like they wouldn't have win already? They're standing there in the dark. I wouldn't say I hated it the first time. I just didn't. I love the beginning. Like when those guys are in that vehicle and he's on the back end of that pickup truck. But, I wasn't as big of a movie fan. I hadn't seen a lot of different movies, but I always thought it was weird introducing Dennis Hopper into the mix. He's a weird character, man. You have to, it's almost like an acquired taste, his acting style. Franklin is a Dumas. That's French for dumbass. I liked it better than the first, but I always liked Freddy with his sense of humor. I don't know. It got a little cheesy, man, after the third one. I wasn't a big fan of most of the sequels of Nightmare on Elm Street after the third one. Like I even like some of the cheesier Texas Chainsaw Massacres more than Nightmare on Elm Street at that point. Obviously, my overall franchise favorite is Halloween, and then my second one is Friday the 13th. When I was a little kid at my friend's birthday party, they wanted to watch Freddy Krueger, and I was scared of Freddy and threatened to leave if he watched it, but they did anyway. I remember just like yesterday that first Nightmare on Elm Street. When the first time you watch it, it was way more impactful to me than the first time watching this. I like three. Which three you talking about? Which franchise? Nightmare on Elm Street 3 or Texas Chainsaw Massacre 3, Leatherface? I think that movie gets a little bit of a bad rep. I don't have it where I can get to it. The third one isn't Texas Chainsaw isn't quite as bad as I remember it when I go back and watch it. I remember watching this like the second time and realizing that Franklin's getting ready to get killed here, and it's legit the first time you see him come after somebody with the chainsaw. He supposedly was cutting the other guy up, but I'm assuming he was dead at that point. Wondering how they got away with calling it Texas Chainsaw 3 Leatherface. Well, I think it was called Leatherface, the Texas Chainsaw Massacre 3. Hmm. How could she push him through the woods without being able to see? It's impossible. Hey man, wanted to hop in and say hello. Hey, what's going on, Peter? Appreciate you stopping by. What oh, there he is. There's Leather. So you literally they're outside, he's sawing the shit out of him and you don't first time you see a little blood splatter. How's your knee feeling, brother? We talking about Leatherface? They're all sequels. They got Leatherface in them. I saw Peter went to see Long Legs. I think he felt about the same as I did about it. This was one of the first times when I was younger when I saw it, having him run after her in the woods and legit feeling like he could saw his way through some of the shit that she couldn't get past. That was kind of I wouldn't say scary, but it was kind of uneasy feeling. Yeah, I know. They didn't really connect any of them after the first one. So let's see, you got the next generation didn't connect to them either. Leatherface is the only connection. But if you think about it, how could it connect? Nia So, thanks for asking. Yeah, I've been thinking about you, man. I hope you have better luck with that once you figure out what you're going to do. Does Mia Goff show any skin in Maxine? Um, That would be an N and an O. I think I mentioned that in my review. The only Mia Goth nudity you get is her in some stock footage of a shot where she's riding that guy from in X on the television where somebody has got a scene of that playing, but there's no new real nudity in it. Peter was talking about his on his one of his posts that his mother was asking what kind of movie they would see because there's a scene where she's walking through the movie studio and it's they're filming a porn and it's far off and you don't really see much other than the guy's ass in that. So there's no real nudity in Maxine. And that's what I said in my review is like, how could you be based on it's a porn actress in the porn industry and you don't have any nudity? Yeah, well, horror movies get scrutinized. If you I think even some of the bad ones, I'm not talking about Leatherface when he's a kid. Most of the other ones at least have some good qualities or good scenes about them. There's grandpa and grandma. Somebody was joking on one of their Facebook posts and said for the Texas Chainsaw Massacre 3D, old Daddario was supposed if you did it by the timeline, why she was supposed to be playing a woman that would have been in what 35, 38 years old. They showed her now, and that's how old she is, and she literally looks almost exactly the same as she did in that movie. So she could almost really have realistically been that age in that movie. Now he's coming after her in the dark. Heard she was traumatized after this. Yeah, I heard she was traumatized a lot, especially during that scene when they got her tied to the chair. Yeah, of all the ones, she took a lot of actual physical abuse running through this brush and shit too. My only part with this was like, I wonder if she legit ran into that branch and fell. It looked like she hit that fucking thing hard. Maybe if she had went tits first into it with a little bit of support, it wouldn't have hurt her as bad. Beating with the broom probably hurt the worst. Yeah, I give you that. You know, I said that in one of the horror groups that everybody always makes out like the scenes that are going to be coming up with her around the dinner table, how great they are. The more that I've watched this movie, the worse those scenes get to me for some reason. I don't know why. It's just too drawn out. This is when she thinks she's safe. This is gonna be like the scene in the airplane where everybody starts smacking her around. Is what they should have done. Call the police. You ain't got no phone. You ain't got no gas. What fucking good a gas station is this thing? He's going to get the truck. Franklin got killed the worst, probably, of the chick in the hook. Well, the chick in the hook, then she went into the freezer, so she wasn't dead at that point. Franklin is the only one that, while he was alive, got chopped up with the chainsaw, because the other guy, I think he was either knocked out or pretty much dead when he went in and started sawing him up. And you didn't even see any blood during that part. That's like spanking and carried away because you enjoy it too much. Where he was beating her in the truck. I haven't gotten that part yet. Yeah, there's the broom part. I'm just now getting there. I think he's enjoying that a little too much. Now he's tying her up. I'll skip ahead a second. Good old Sally Hardesty. Did you mind that they recast her in the Netflix one? Marilyn Burns has died, right? In real life, she died, right? They're driving her to the house. There's the old hitchhiker. Speak of the devil. Hello, everybody. There's old Bizarro. I wouldn't have known if someone didn't say anything. Doug asked where you were earlier. Had I seen you, and there you are. She snuck up from behind. Marilyn died in 2014. Yeah, I hadn't looked that up in a while, so I didn't remember. Which movie was it? Was it the 2013 one? That she had a bit part as somebody in the hospital? No, no, the 3D when she was in it. She was actually in the movie, the 3D, as her was it her aunt? She pegged you. Look, it's a bird, it's a plane, it's super Bizarro Supergirl. I'm gonna look it up. You're right. She was only 65 years old. Died in 2014. She played the patient in a cameo in the Texas Chainsaw Massacre: The Next Generation in 1994, and she played Verna in Texas Chainsaw Massacre, the 3D one. Well, it was just Texas Chainsaw. There was no massacre. Wouldn't it be the grandma? I don't remember. Was it her grandma or aunt? What was she? Got to go get grandpa. Yeah, compared to everybody else, she was in more films than everybody else. Gonna fix her some supper. Look at there. Leather went and put on his good face. Grandma. Yeah, if you read the description, it said it's her grandma. This is the scene I was saying. Most people say, this is so iconic, her tied up at the table. I like it. It's good when it starts. I think it drags on too long and gets silly. Especially when they're trying to hit her on the head with a hammer and keep putting it in grandpa's hand. That's funny like the third time they do it, but not like the eighth time. Would it even hurt him if they fucking dropped him? Though not implicitly stated in the film, Jennifer Banco's character, Baby Sawyer, was intended to be Leatherface's daughter via the rape of one of his victims. Where'd you read that at? I just don't see Leatherface raping anybody. I don't even know if he would know how to have sex with somebody. He's kind of supposed to be, like mentally challenged. Google. Yeah, Google's your friend. See, he's making that fucking pig noise. How would he know how to have sex with somebody? Trying to give him a little blood, little something, little appetizer. Yeah, I don't think I would. There's definitely no way I would put that in there. I just don't think Leatherface would ever do that. Grandpa sucking that finger. Suck that finger. That's a big ass moon there. I feel like I got something in my eye. Hold on a second. I don't know what it is. I don't know whether it's a hair or what. Sorry. Mm. Oops, wrong one. This was elaborated upon by Burr as due to Mama Sawyer's inability to bear children. Leatherface had to take up the responsibility to continue the family bloodline. I don't know. I just don't like that, even the thought of that. I like that reaction right there when she kind of wakes up. You said bloodline. You know what that means.
Acknowledge me.
These motherfuckers are crazy. Optimus says, hello, Bizarro. How are you doing? Well, Wikipedia is just written by people, man. It's not written by anybody official. So you can't believe half of what you read on Wikipedia. You can make them stop. Back when I remember seeing this for the first couple times, Leatherface is creepy as fuck in this scene. She said, "What's up, Optimus? What you been up to, Bizarro?" You bitch hog. I never heard anybody say called a bitch hog until I saw this movie. Burr surmised that his version of Leatherface was not born mentally impaired, but fell victim to an injury which destroyed his ability to think and speak while also disfiguring his face. I definitely glad they didn't do anything related to that. The only way this works is if Leatherface is a little slow and he can be basically influenced by his family to do their bidding, like do anything they want him to do. She's got one of the best screams in horror movies. It's pretty damn awesome. And seeing her eye and using it for that cover there is pretty cool. That guy's fucking crazy. This version didn't come with a poster, did it? Just chilling with Bumblebee. That's cool. Am I the only one who, when you open these things up, likes their whatever disc you're gonna watch the most? I like to be right here, so I put like the 4K was over here, and I put it there. Yeah, we were looking at that earlier. That artwork on there is cool. Look at that. If my lady friend wants to date after Wednesday, so be it. But I did buy some blue chew just now. Oh my god. Watch out, ladies. Doug bought blue chew. I got that little Freddy lamp after the fact. It never took more than one lick. That's what she said. She said, "How you been, Dougie?" He's been buying and eating Blue Chews. It sounds like. Yeah, I wasn't gonna get it at first, and then I sold a couple of WWE figures this week and bought it. I just dropped the remote. Hold on a second. Shit, I don't see where it went. I think it went under the edge of my chair. Blue Chew is like chewable Viagra. Shit, sorry about that. I can't get my fucking desk right. I think one of the wheels is locked on the back. I didn't want the light too much on me. It's fucking so hot. Broke a girl's heart, Bizarro, if you go back to old comments. Don't go back to old comments. Don't read them. It'll scar you for life. For life. Yeah, don't go back and read them. This is the part I was talking about. It's dragged out for too long, man. I like that when she gets away and damn. Look at her, man. She does look manic. I was testing the waters out. She thought she had you in the bag. Does got ED, erectile dysfunction. He was trying to impress her to make sure he didn't want to take any chances. Woo! My head's hot under this hat. See, this is the part when the first time I saw this, I was like, if the hitchhiker guy wasn't such a buffoon, a maroon, and just been playing around, she would have fucking been dead in the driveway and he wouldn't be out here on the road getting ready to get hit and run over and not paying damn attention to what he's doing. He just stands there. She looks so much different. She looks so much different with all that blood dripping out her face. His black guy jumps out of here like he's gonna do something. Then he's like, "Fuck that." The Black Maria. Is that what that says? Leatherface was all dressed up for dinner and they fucked him over. I like his black guy turns around and is like, boink. Good shot. I do like that's the first time you kind of really hear Leatherface like he screamed like a real person. Too much porn rotted his brain. That's a lot of porn, man. See, back in my day, I'll give you one of those. Porn wasn't that easy to get, so it wasn't so you just click a button and it's right there, man. There was no internet, so you had to do some work to get you some fucking porn. So it just wasn't out there easy to get. I always liked that scene right there of her screaming on the back of that truck. That dude looking back, what's he looking at? Was he think Leatherface gonna get up in that guy's truck and take off on it? That's pretty iconic with him swinging that chainsaw. So Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2 is on here. That would play next if we watched another movie. We'll have to decide, do we want to watch that one next week if we watch one? Yeah, that sure is. How long did you date the last girl you were with? No, if Doug has his overdoses on porn every day, that explains a lot. They did the end credits of Long Legs backwards. Like instead of scrolling up, they scroll down. So yeah, do we want to watch Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2 next? I don't think there's any other ones on here. We've already made it through Friday the 13th. I don't think we've made it through. What Halloweens did we watch? Any? Did we watch any Halloweens? I know we watched the new ones. I know I talked about the movies, but I don't think I did an actual. Which Halloweens have we watched? Any? Yeah, we watched Halloween 2. I don't think we watched very many, and we need to any Halloweens on here? She agrees, Optimus. You cleansed your palate with like a lot of porn, I guess. Texas Chainsaw 2 is going to start, but I'm going to end it. Did we watch the original Halloween in a watch along? I'm going to search to see if any Halloweens are on here. They have Texas Chainsaw Massacre Revisited. I think that's on DVD too. I'm going to watch that tonight. That's a documentary, right? I think that's the old documentary. I like that. Do they even have any Halloweens on here? They used to have the Rob Zombie Halloweens. I don't think they do. Sorry. Towards the end, me and my ex weren't having sex, so I had to improvise. Yeah, I'm not reading any more of that comment. Texas Chainsaw. I don't think they got but the first two. Let's do just Texas Chainsaw. Do they have the other ones? No. We might as well go ahead and knock out the second one. Well, yeah, that's where I was watching this on Tubi. I watched mine on Tubi. That's how you got ahead of me, Doug, because you weren't watching it with ads. I just went ahead and watched it on Tubi in case anybody else was. That way I would be in the same spot. Vampires on Bikini Beach. I know Doug wants to watch that. We might go ahead and knock out Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2 next week. We've watched all the Hatchet movies. We watched all the... I guess if we wanted to watch the rest of the Halloween movies, most everybody has the Halloween movies in their collection, right? So we could just watch our own copies of that. They got Child's Play on here. We could watch some of those. We watched Sleepaway Camp. Doug doesn't have those urges. Oh man, they got Leprechaun 2. You're still watching on Tubi the final scene now? Yeah, I just ended. You know, back when we were going to do, we call it St. Patrick's Day, remember? They got rid of Leprechaun. We were going to watch it. I think we only watched the first one. Shit, they got all the fucking Leprechaun movies, man. There's 2, 3, In the Hood, Back to the Hood, Lost in Space. They even got the Origins. Wonder what Child's Plays they got. Damn, man, they got Child's Play 2, Child's Play 3. They got the Chucky documentary. You Still Have a Dirty Mind, but time will tell. Good thing for the pills. Oh God. All right, I'm putting Texas Chainsaw up next week, and then during the stream we can talk about what we want to watch after that. And it's hot as fuck. I got to get up and maybe get rid of this hat. Woo. I should have come up with a gimmick that didn't wear a hat. Doug, you need to watch All Dogs Go to Heaven. That was what my arrow stopped on. So that way you can cleanse the palate. So 3D, well, they don't have Texas Chainsaw 3D. We're watching Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2 next. Knock out the 2 they got on Tubi. Then we could decide if we want to continue with something on Tubi or whether we want to continue watching the rest of the series using our physical media or something like that. Cleanse the palate. Yeah. Watch All Dolls Go to Heaven. It'll cleanse your palate. It'll make you think clean thoughts. I'm fucking so hot. I always start the movie you guys are watching around 15 minutes after your stream starts if I am not on YouTube anyway. That's cool. It doesn't really matter. Of what? What are you talking about? You're an angel? I don't know about that, man. I don't judge people, but I think that might be a little bit of a stretch. Yeah, so I'll put it up. We'll watch Texas Chainsaw 2 next week. All right, boys and girls, I got to get up in the morning and go to work, so I think I'm gonna get off here. You were heaven sent. I don't know, man. You might be of the devil. I think if you were of the devil, you would say that, wouldn't you? That you were heaven sent to try to confuse us. At least Texas Chainsaw, the first one, is short. How long is that second one? I'm gonna look it up real quick. It's an hour and 40 minutes without commercials, so it'll be probably about 10 minutes longer. So either way, that's kind of cool. All right, boys and girls, I'm getting ready to get up so I can get out of this hot hat. And I didn't drink as much alcohol tonight, but I did drink some stuff, so I need to go to the little boys' room. I really appreciate all you guys for sticking around and watching the original 1974 classic Texas Chainsaw Massacre. We're probably going to watch Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2 next week. Watch for the post. Well, for my job, I was, because without me, they might have been screwed. Never say that. I always tell my employees, even before I was the president of the company, never assume that your job is safe, because anything can happen. I had to let somebody go last week that had been with our company for over 20 years. So no job is safe. But either way, I did that MVD. You're watching the Texas Chainsaw Shock and Truth now. Those documentaries are not bad. I've watched them back in the day. I own that Revisited on VHS, I think. I think I still got it on DVD. What was I going to say? Oh, if you collect cheesy B horror movies, check out that video that I just posted. It's the MVD shop video. They've got a sale through tomorrow of a bunch of stuff that's $1 or $2. And it's got some good stuff. I got my review of Beverly Hills Cop 4 or Axel F going up tomorrow. Then I've got some an unboxing I'm doing. Then I'm going to review Long Legs. And then let's see, I think I got a thrift store hunt that I'm going to put on there. So I got a bunch of stuff coming up this week. So hopefully you guys will support me and watch all those. My weekly movie hunt's up now. My review of Maxine is up. I got that video where that guy on one of the comments called me a scalper. So check out all those videos. I really appreciate if you'll watch it. Even if you only watch it a minute and throw a like up on it, it helps the algorithm, builds up the channel. I really do appreciate when you guys do that kind of stuff. And if anybody was watching, this was the Chat and Texas Chainsaw Massacre from 1974 watch along. Anybody that watches after the fact, make sure you give this video a thumbs up. Yeah, you got Prime Day starting Tuesday. So I'll probably order something from there. If I do, I'll unbox it later and show you guys. It depends. I remember 2 years ago, they had some awesome Blu-ray 4K deals. Last year, they didn't have so much. Yeah, Amazon Prime. Optimus Prime says look at Amazon Prime for Tuesday and Wednesday. Yeah, Doug. Have a nice night. I really appreciate you stopping by again, Doug. Rick has got to go to the doctor, so everybody put positive thoughts out for Rick, who missed the stream because of that. Hopefully he'll be okay. Rick's a nice guy. He's almost the one who watches my videos and comments first almost every single time. Spread the word. Get some friends on here. Chat with us. Tell them to watch all my videos. I'm really... it took forever to get to 3,000 subscribers, and now I've got 3111. So I got 111 pretty quick. So keep spreading the word. We got a good community started here. You guys are awesome. I really appreciate all you guys who support my channel and watch all my videos. Like I said a minute ago before I stopped, if you're watching this or any of my videos, please make sure you do some type of engagement on it, whether you like it, whether you comment, anything, because all that helps the algorithm. I really do appreciate it. And watch out for the channel this week for all that new stuff that I just mentioned. So I'm going to go ahead and head out of here. And until next time, boys and girls, this has been JEFFMAN316 I'm your pop culture reporter, and I'm signing out saying you guys be safe out there.
Mr. Mayor, Chief, ladies and gentlemen.